I've got my camera Gantry here, and I want to make an upgrade to the part that's hanging down here. I often have problems with it wobbling like this, and my first thought was to replace the beam up on top up here. It's an I-beam type arrangement, and that is prone to twisting like this. I was going to replace it with a box, but then I thought that really that's not the problem. The problem is leverage. There's way too much leverage here with everything that I've got, on here. Take the boom arm for the mic, for instance, it's down a little bit lower than it needs to be. If it was up closer to the pivot point, the part that swings around like this, then it would have less leverage. Sure enough, it would still make it rock a little bit, but it wouldn't be as bad. Another thing is this battery that I have here for powering this light, it's also down pretty low. I've got this row of nuts here on a 1-inch rod that is supposed to counterbalance everything, but that's actually adding more weight as well. So I figure if I shifted everything up, including the light, because it's down lower than it absolutely needs to be as well, if I shifted everything up and if I made this center post here a little bit more massive so that I could make a bigger bearing surface up there for it to rotate on, then I think that will solve a lot of the problems. The mic boom arm up here is adjustable to tilt down and up, and to be honest, I never use that tilting. I always have it all the way up. So rather than make it do that, I'm going to rigidly attach it up on top there. But a month ago, I added this thing right here, and what this is supposed to do is hold my phone and use that as a remote monitor. And I tried that one time and did not like that. There's too much lag, too much messing around to get it hooked up to the camera, to get it to, the two to communicate. There's no control with it, so I just discarded that. So this can go. It was a neat idea, an interesting thing, and if the application that the thing runs on was better, then it would probably work out just fine, because I got the phone, but this was just a simple bracket here that clamped onto the phone. The other thing is moving the thing around. I kept worrying that this might loosen up and eventually drop the phone, which would not be good. So I'm going to take the arm, move that up. I'm going to take the light, move that up as well. It will still be able to tilt like this, and that's all it needs to do. I'm going to move the battery up. This arm here that articulates, that the camera goes on, works well, but I have a problem tightening these knobs enough to keep it from sagging down. So I think I'm going to replace these knobs with bigger homemade ones, wooden ones, and that should solve it. Also, I'm going to use bigger bolts, like 5/16" bolts, so I can really reef on it there and tighten it up real good.